welcome to Las Vegas. What I like about Vegas is that there's just so many ways to watch so many different kinds of people. And there's so much to do here.
So I was jogging this morning.
I was running.
It is.
And as I'm running, I started watching that. And I swear a pipe jumped out of the asphalt.
Help is on the way.
Well, that's a good reminder for me, right? That's not what I should be focused on. So, on behalf of all the What Counts employees and all of our sponsors for this event, we want to say good morning and thank you for day 2. I think it's important for you to know our mission. So it's really to change the marketing game through innovative technology and services. So and at the end of the day, we do these 2 things well, I think we'll be a great partner for you and we'll build a great company. And those are just what it says, do what we say and work as a team.
Email works, we all know that. And the general philosophy that people have today is still that if I'm getting X return from 10 emails or 100,000 emails, then I'm gonna get that same return from 2 million emails. But the reality is that it's not the tonnage business, it's this idea of how can I send a more timely, relevant, awe-inspiring email. Part of our job as your partner is to help you create validation around it, to run small tests, to give you white papers or information or case studies or events like this to go back and make the case that there's a way to send timely, relevant, awe-inspiring emails.
Step 1 was hanging the signposts. We all own and control a certain amount of real estate on our sites, brick and mortar. The first and easiest thing to do is make sure you're capturing addresses and information there. Opt-ins clearly visible on the site. Real easy way through using the tool to create an opt-in form and shove it into Facebook. That's just another piece of real estate, didn't cost me anything. It's there, we get opt-ins through that. Mobile opt-in.
Our consumer is experiencing, media noise from all kinds of channels. So as email marketers, obviously, we have the challenge of delivering a unique message and a compelling message to, convert that customer. I guess we'll start with the Elevate Welcome. As we all know, we've discussed it. It's probably the most important email that you send your lead or your prospect.
From prospect all the way to lifetime customer, we have specific email campaigns that talk to each of those customer segments. And one of the goals of that is to drive them up a level or up the value chain. We've created this website widget, and up in the upper right corner, we have a link to the email deals, which is like the easiest thing you can do, right? It's just get it up on your homepage so people see that you've got it. But this widget is basically an ad. And in the ad, the customer can type in their email address and they're immediately opted in. They don't even leave the homepage. The purchase path. The biggest win for us, and it really wasn't that hard. We included a hard opt-in to the purchase path right under the email box. We decided, let's try it, and that's our sign-up sheet. That is just the trend that we saw. So that the very first spike was our opening weekend. That's when we got not just the widget on board, but also the in-path, booking path sign up. And so you see the huge spike. And we've maintained the numbers and we haven't seen a huge unsubscribe rate. So these people are just as engaged.
So we've been talking a lot today about the marketer perspective about your customer's life cycle. But my theme for our discussion together today is to think a little bit about your user's life cycle. Think about how the customer engages with you throughout their decision, not so much about how you might move them along the path that you have preordained. Forrester is expecting that spend in interactive channels will near about $77 billion by 2016. Now, just for a frame of reference to think about that magnitude, $77 billion is about the size of television advertising today. So there are a few factors overall that are driving an increase in interactive spend. One of the big ones is growing interactive marketing teams. Big factor number 2 is that marketers expect that interactive channels will actually increase in effectiveness over time. Forrester's theory is that the age of information is actually giving way to the age of the customer. And some examples of companies who excel in this age are companies like Best Buy, companies like Apple, that aren't just using customer information to personalize marketing messages, but use their customers to define what sort of business they're in. So I like that. It's thinking about, from the customer perspective, what business are we in? Oh, and what product do we create that enables that business to be successful?
I was very pleased to hear several of the presentations refer to testing, because we are about to make that much easier and much more automated in our next feature release.
We've really atomized our permissioning across all of our brands, so you can not only say, I only want to get something once a week, or I only want to get something from your research business, but we've broken it down by brand. So when you opt into Ziff Davis Enterprise, all of your permission flags are flipped on. But then you can contact us, or you can go to the permission center for some of these things and flip them off. So what's next for us? Social and mobile.
We've got a couple of case studies that we wanted to share with you today. The first one is Savvy Mom. A key finding in the audit, and this for some of you won't come as a surprise, but 20% of Savvy Mom's clientele is actually viewing their newsletters on a mobile device, and 13% on an iPhone. So another recommendation was that we design specifically for mobile and specifically for iPhone.
Email really is alive. You need it for business, you need it for social, you need it for e-commerce, you need it for everything. And people trust it, they know it, it's a workhorse of the internet. And it's really important to kind of look at it in the perspective of being the digital glue of the internet. You don't sign up for social networks without an email. Email is very important. It's where you get your password. It's where you change your password. It's where you confirm things. If you develop and follow a lifecycle marketing plan, you'll achieve great results.
We want to make sure that folks that are engaging in lifecycle marketing understand that there really needs to be clear program goals. You need to have defined business rules, very thoughtful segmentation, compelling and relevant content, and then of course creative that's designed specifically for email. 2 points I want to make about video. One is that video displays in message, and another is that the metrics are really, really great. You can see how many people actually opened the mail, the message, how far they went in the video. You're going to know instantly how engaged your audience is with that video, and you can fine-tune for the next campaign.
It's taking a step back, not doing the ad hoc marketing, the batch and blast, the spray and pray. We've all heard those phrases before. Otherwise, random email campaigns. Think about what you're doing, plan the work the plan, execute it, measure it, and refine it. And when you take that approach to email marketing, which is in some ways has been unconventional, it really does help improve your results in the short term and the long term.
So we do believe that lifecycle marketing is the game changer.
If you find yourself in this meeting, and I promise you will sometime in the next week, you'll be in a meeting and somebody's like, I've got to send an email today in an hour to 2 million people. You're armed now with more information. We would just encourage you to continue to reach out to us, ask us for data, ask us for examples of how this is, there's a better way to send more timely, relevant, awe-inspiring emails.